Trail Dad and I hiked out this morning from our campsite. We've done a pretty quick 1.5 miles, and we came up to this monument for Nick Grindstaff, and it says, it's very hard to read, it says he lived alone, suffered alone, and died alone, which is really sad. It's a beautiful misty morning, and we're gonna book it, hopefully 16 miles to the Abington shelter. We just came across Tennessee 91, I believe, and there is a handicap parking area over there by the road, and then this section of trail is actually handicap accessible for about half a mile, which is pretty cool. And tonight we are going up to the Abington Gap shelter, so we've got another 11.3 to go for the day. And thankfully the weather's been holding out. Hopefully it will continue to hold out. But as always, I'm not surprised if I get wet. So far it's been a very good morning, very, very nice hiking conditions. So I'm a happy girl. At the top of the field we saw this old barn, and then this one with the AT sign on it. Pretty neat. I love these little surprises the trail has.
Where are you going?
The views from up here
I see.
are just amazing.
It's not coming here.
It's so pretty. And this rock. Nice. And now we are sharing the trail with some cows. I don't know if that was a welcoming moo or if they're telling us to watch out for cow patties. We'll find out. So we came up across the field and there are more cows here, and they are mooing like crazy. I think they want me to get on up into the woods and out of their field. So I hiked with Trail Dad today again because of the bear thing we heard about yesterday, and we go into Damascus tomorrow. It's just a 10-mile hike in the morning, and that's the end of his section hike, so I'll be sad to see him go. I've enjoyed his company. But we came in 16 miles today to the Abington Gap shelter. That is like right back over there. And the shelter's full, but they were kind enough to let me sit in there and cook my dinner when I got here so I could dry off a little bit. And I just got my tent set up, and Trail Dad's got a big bucket that holds like 7 liters of water, so he went down the steep hill to get water for us, which is awesome. And I am getting ready to get cleaned up and get ready for bed. And I just want to show you what my legs look like after a day of hiking in the rain. Check this out. Yep, just a little mud. My socks are disgusting, everything is filthy, and it's getting kind of cool tonight, so I'm going to get cleaned up as quick as I can and get some dry clothes on and hopefully get warmed up and get to bed early. Before I go, this is pretty gross, but it's one of the realities of through hiking. Feet get nasty, and I've been trying to get cleaned up, but I thought you might want to see what they look like after being in wet shoes all day long. So here are my 4 toes, and that's a nail that's going to come off from hiking too much, and they are just, wow, prunes, super white. Hopefully they'll get dried out and be a little bit healthier later, but I'm going to try to get them cleaned up and take good care of them, because my feet are my treasures. They're going to get me to Maine, so I got to take good care of them. Hey there. Today was my earliest start yet. I woke up, and thankfully it didn't rain last night. I was pretty comfortable, except there was a mouse climbing on my tent. Woke me up around 11. I had to pop him off and had a little trouble going back to sleep for fear that he might come back, but he didn't. At least I didn't see him, and nothing chewed through my tent, so that's good. But yeah, I woke up and I was like, get me time to go to town. I'm tired of being stinky and wet and sick, so I'm going to town, get cleaned up, go to see a doctor and all that. And only 10 miles today, and it's mostly downhill from Abington Gap shelter down to Damascus, and we made great time yesterday. We did 16 miles in 8 hours, including breaks and lunch and all that, so it was pretty awesome. I'm getting the speed up, and I think today, especially with mostly downhill, it might take us just 4.5 hours, if we're lucky, to get into Damascus, and hopefully that'll give me time to get into the clinic and hopefully get a walk-in appointment this afternoon. But I am going to take a 0 tomorrow. I've decided. I've been hiking for 8 days straight, even though one day was slack pack and a couple days with my brother, so I've had a couple of hostel nights, but still hiking consistently, and the body probably needs the rest. So that's my plan, is to just get into town and get everything cleaned up, see the doctor, take a day of rest, and then probably hike another 7 or 8 days until it's time to go home for a break for some family celebrations. I'm going to take 4 days off, two to drive and 2 to visit, and then I'll be back up and back on the trail again. So anyway, I'm traveling in a cloud of little tiny moths, and I feel a little bit like Pigpen from the Snoopy cartoons with my cloud following me. It's kind of funny, but yeah, I am stinky. It's a good thing this isn't smell-o-vision, because you would not be watching. Everything is just dirty, filthy, musty, mildewy, stinky, yucky, muddy. I can't even begin to explain, so I am definitely looking forward to seeing a washing machine today. I am on my way down into Damascus now. The 10-mile hike has gone fairly quickly. I think I've got maybe 1.5 miles to go. And I am so excited to get in and take a zero. I cannot begin to describe how awful my feet feel. Even though I put on clean, dry socks this morning, my shoes were soaking wet. And they stayed dry for a little bit, the feet did. But naturally they soaked through eventually, and they are just so waterlogged. They feel like sponges, so it's not a pleasant feeling, but I know very soon I'm gonna be in the town and be able to take off my shoes, put on my trail shoes, get a good meal, do some good laundry, and hopefully get all the stink out of my pack, and everything will be right with the world again. So I am back in Damascus. There's the big sign. Actually just came down that road there. The trail comes out between those houses and puts you out right here by the town park. And last time I was in the town park, it was full of vendors for trail days, so it looks a lot different, but I'm happy to be here. I just went over there and changed my shoes. My feet are much happier already, and we're gonna head on down the road to the Woodchuck Hostel, which is that way. All right, this is the Woodchuck Hostel where I'm staying today. There's a teepee out back, and I wondered if my friend Lorax is here. I'll be excited to see him if he is.
Only one word. Wow, on the breakfast.
I was able to get into the clinic in Damascus yesterday, so I was really happy that they could squeeze me in. And the doctor said I've got bronchitis, yay! But I'm glad to know what's been going on, and I've got some prescriptions ready at the pharmacy, so I'm going to go get those now. The doctor prescribed some antibiotics and some cough medicine, so I think that's going to help me feel a lot better. And she did say just 1 day of rest and I'd be good to get back on the trail. So that's encouraging. So my plan today is just to enjoy a very lazy day here in Damascus. Doing a lot of nothing. I'll probably be editing some videos and getting those ready to go. And finalizing my plans to go home in a week or so. So I've mapped out my hike and made arrangements for a shuttle so I can get a car rental, and I'm just real excited about being able to go home and visit family and celebrate some important milestones. So I will be doing that, and I will be quarter way through the trail before I go, so that's very good news. And yeah, just excited that things are coming together and I'm finally getting some momentum behind my hike, because it seems like it took a while. But yeah, I'm really happy. Damascus is another town that has pretty much everything you need right in one place on the main street. There is a food city a little bit out of town, but the bank is right here. There's 2 outfitters, the Dollar General, and the doctor and the pharmacy are just around the corner. That is Mount Rogers Outfitters up there. They are a staple here in Damascus. They've been here a long time, and there's another outfitter behind me. And up a few blocks around the corner is one more. So you can find most anything you need, even though it's a small town. Right here on Shady Avenue, the Damascus Diner is where I had dinner last night. And the pharmacy and the clinic is right behind it.